I tried to make a video about the spine, but it was too long, so I'm going to have to break this down into sections. If anyone's got any technical help for me to make longer videos, that would be great, but at the moment I think I can only do about 10-minute slots. This is a life-size model of the spine. It's a male pelvis, and I'll quickly go through the different sections, and then we'll do separate videos and look at each of the separate sections in detail. So we've got nicely colour coordinated sections here. There's one skull, so we call that C0, and then we've got the cervical spine, these 7 vertebrae here. These are the vertebrae of your neck. Everybody has 7, and we have different curves in the spine. So where the skull curves outwards, we call that a kyphotic curve. Where the cervical spine curves inwards, we call that a lordotic curve. Moving down, we've got the thoracic spine, which is in this blue-green colour here, and this is a kyphotic curve. This model shows 12 thoracic vertebrae. Some people have 11, some people have 13. And they attach, each of the thoracic vertebra attaches to a pair of ribs. The skull protects the brain. The cervical spine supports the head and mobilizes the neck. The thoracic spine and the rib cage combined protect and support the lungs, the heart, and lower down protect the abdominal organs, like a cage. And then when we move down through this green section, we've got in this model 5 lumbar vertebra. So if we number these, that's 7 cervical vertebrae, C1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, T 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, L 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So some people are more lumbarized here, and that could be a lumbarized T12 vertebra. Some people are more mobile down here, and we could call that a sacralized L5 or 6. So there may be a variation of vertebrae in this region that have similar mobility, and so they may act, even though they might be part of the sacrum or part of the thoracic, they may act more like a lumbar vertebra. As you move down, you'll see the sacrum, this orange fused bone here, and the coccyx at the base, often fused, sometimes mobile, but we don't have the conscious ability to wiggle the tailbone. And you'll see either side of the sacrum the iliums, and the whole of this region, the pelvis, supports and protects the pelvic organs that sit inside the pelvic bowl. And this hole here would have the pelvic diaphragm, the pelvic floor, supporting the pelvic organs. The other function of the spine is to protect the spinal cord, the central nervous system. So if the skull protects the brain, you have these foramens here, holes. Foramen just means hole, so we've got a big one there. And the brain stem comes down, becomes the spinal cord, and each of the vertebrae together form a hollow tube in which the major spinal cord runs down. And we've got these little foramen, these holes, either side of the vertebra, where your spinal nerves come out. We've got some cranial nerves. I won't go too much into nerves, but these red ones here are cranial nerves, and they come down between the cervical foramen. All right. So I'm going to leave that there. Please go to the next video for detailed sections of the spine.